Um, about 3 a.m.
All right. Did you sleep?
Yeah, I just had a nap before. I tried to have a nap before. So hopefully, if you see my eyes closing, just scream at me.
Wow. Oh, well, when I was wide awake at 4 a.m., I could have given you a call.
Yeah,
Anyway,
exactly.
how's everyone going?
Good.
Good. What's the dinner? What's for dinner, Lucy?
It is a hot honey chicken and halloumi bowl.
Oh, let's all head to Lucy's house. Yum.
Yum.
And it's a bit
Wow.
spicy. I was the first time I made it, and it took me like double the time it told me it would take. But anyway, it's
That's
good.
good. Cool. I'm curious, how have you been, Manny, since we last saw you?
Yeah, confident. Good.
That's the right answer. I'll pay you later.
But yeah, I've been feeling good about so many things, not just the last week, but in general, I feel like my energy is up.
Oh, that's always a really good bonus.
Yeah, and I was feeling confident because while doing the last week's session, like I realized it's not internal, it's external things annoying me, like
Yeah.
the editing and the lights, which can be fixed, is not inside me. It's just external things, which is easy to fix, I guess, if you learn properly, like
Yeah.
editing.
Yeah, if you're feeling confident to learn all of those skills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My confidence was linked to those things.
Yay. Yay. So then the room is all set up then?
Yeah, I'm thinking I'll just utilize my reception area because there's plenty of light there. I can put a few more lights, and then I've got the great visuals there.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking that you got the awesome gold banner and things. That
Yeah,
would be stunning.
yeah.
Oh. Sarah, you got your power on?
Yes, yes. After 4 full days, we didn't get it back till Thursday night.
Oh, that's a long yuck time. Is your nervous system recovered?
Oh, barely. Yeah, it was a long time. I was all very well and truly at the end of it.
Yeah, go to Queensland or recharge the battery.
I know, it's very stressful.
Gosh, yeah, it is. And then when you showed up now with like low light, I was holding my breath then. Like,
No, it's because it's where I see, so it's a bit, yeah,
that's right.
because I'm up on my hallway area.
Yep, no, it's working. Has anyone got any NLP updates or any questions? Yeah, Lily's jumping on. Lily, I'm curious about the triathlon when she gets on.
I'm here. I'm here. Sorry, I'm just trying to organize myself.
How's the sports shoes going since we anchored confidence into those?
Yeah, it's actually really good. I have been running and training and having energy, which is good.
Yay! Well, that's two success stories. I'll pay you both later. That's good.
Mhm.
You feeling confident when you're wearing the shoes off running and things?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And I'm actually finding that my run is a lot easier. So yeah, no, it's really good. No, I'm just like getting them on. I'm just going. I'm not really thinking about it, which is really good.
Yay! When's
Yes.
the run? Is that the end of October or something?
No, 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 no. So I'm doing a marathon. I'm just doing it myself. It's just a little goal I've got. I'm
Yeah.
just running it myself on New Year's Eve.
Easy. Who's gonna go running with Lily?
New Year's Eve. So I'm just gonna go. I used to do it before, so I'll just set up. I'll just know how far I have to go, and then turn back and come home.
Oh,
Or I might run right into the city and then meet everyone and have a lunch or something. So
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Get them in their running shoes too.
Oh, yeah. Nah, I need my time alone. People go, "You crazy? Why do you do that?" And I'm like, 4 hours to myself. Brilliant.
That's how I get me time too, Lily, like mowing the lawn. No one can hear me. I can't hear them either.
Oh, that's so good.
Oh, fun. All right, so tonight
Claire, sorry, can I just
Yeah.
ask one question before we start?
you can ask lots of
Nicole.
questions.
You just the map across part.
Yep.
Do you do that for all of them again, like for visual, for auditory, for kinesthetic?
Hold
Because
that.
did you just do it for one part on the video?
Hold that thought, Nicole.
Oh,
I
okay.
will come to it. Absolutely. I will definitely. What I'm going to do tonight is we're going to do a 5-minute circle of excellence to get everybody in the zone. Then I will go over the slides and the steps again, and then we will pair everybody up. So just quickly checking. No, I'll check later. So what we're going to start off with is an anchoring process called Circle of Excellence. I will start the fun slideshow. This one, again, it's an anchoring process to get everybody in the upbeat headspace to be the coach. This one's on page 164 if you want it out and open. Why am I on this piece? So I need this one. So the Circle of Excellence is really an uplifting anchor. So this is something that we would use before you get up on stage, before you do training. You may do it if you were needing to get into that coaching space. If you were feeling dysregulated, couldn't show up for meetings or things that you needed to show up for. I'm not sure where you would do it in a public setting, but this is the anchor that will work very, very quickly to get you into that empowered state. Let me just check my notes. Yeah, so this particular anchor, this process is very, very powerful, very high vibe, helps you get into that best version of you. So like Lily, you could do this before a run as well as your shoes. This one is all about getting the body involved. That's why I'm standing tonight, and everyone will be up on their feet in a moment, not now. The more you get playful with it, the better it is. Let me just check if there's any more. So let me quickly run through the steps with you. So what we're going to do is, in a moment, not now, getting up on your feet, you will pick a spot on the floor, and it's just the same sort of size as a floor mat. Seeing it in front of you, and don't step into that circle, don't step into that spot. First, you have to get into that motivated, resourceful peak state. So I'm going to do that here with the script in a moment. And it's just like, yeah, noticing that energy, or I can feel it already, noticing that energy, dialing it up, feeling really confident, feeling fantastic, ready to go, ready to perform. And in 3, 2, 1, and then jump into that circle and then let that energy just go whoosh, and then step out of it. Break state, cleansing breath, and then again, build the energy up, get into that resourceful state, step into the circle, whoosh, and then again, stepping out. We will feel ridiculous. We will feel a little bit cray-cray, but the more that you get into it, the better the outcome, the stronger the anchor will be. I'll press stop on the slides. Any questions on this pretty simple anchor? Look, Courtney's run out the room. Where have you gone, Courtney? Like, I'm not playing this game, Claire. Cool. So feel free to stand up, join me in the mischievousness. Feel ridiculous. My sense of humor is like, hopefully you got pants on, just teasing, but you know, COVID times, a Zoom. Oh. Okay, so noticing that you've got that circle, that space in front of you, the first thing we're going to do is just take a couple of breaths and then just letting go of the to-do list, knowing that this time is just for you. Eyes open or closed, it really doesn't matter. But I want you to notice that in front of you forms that beautiful circle, like that cone of light that just sort of shines down over that circle. Notice the color of that empowering, really beautiful, resourceful circle. And notice the positive energy that it starts to radiate. Now, I want you to notice that inside that circle stands that positive, highest version of you. As you witness that version of you, again with your eyes open or closed, noticing how that ultimate future confident version of you stands, how they have their head held high, the confidence, the calmness, the leadership, fully satisfied, fully fulfilled. And when you start to form these mental images, your body's going to be able to follow that lead in a moment, not now. So notice that version of you, that empowered higher self version of you standing there in the circle and building up that energy, noticing the colors, noticing the circle, getting more vibrant and dialing it up. Keep breathing in that amazing energy. On 3, 2, 1, we're going to jump into that circle. So on 3, 2, 1, feel ridiculous and then whoosh, feel that energy surge. Feel that energy just anchoring into all parts of you, letting it consume you, feeling that pulse, feeling that vibration. And when you know you've got it, step out of the circle. And again, noticing that there's that version of you, really powerful, high vibe version of you, standing there in the circle, noticing how they hold their head, shoulders back, and noticing that they've got their thumb up. It's like, yes, this is freaking awesome. So when you know that you can see that higher version of you standing there in the circle on 3, 2, 1, jumping in and letting that energy just go whoosh, thumbs up, and it's like, yes, and absolutely step into this excellence, feeling that highest version of you just completely merge into every cell, stepping into that energy, stepping into that confidence, and stepping out. We're nearly there, guys. I want you to notice again that empowered version of you, noticing how they can just completely dial up that empowerment, every cell, seeing them with their thumb up. And it's like that Bluetooth device, all of that power, that charge in the circle is going to merge into you. So again, counting back from 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, jumping in, whoosh, thumbs up, knowing that you are completely capable to hold on to this activated energy, head held high, breathing it in, trusting this, capturing that moment like capturing a photo, feeling that confidence. And then when you know you've got that thumbs held up and it's like, yes, stepping out of the circle. Now notice that that higher self version of you had that photo, that beautiful photo of you, that empowered, confident you. And it's just like you bring that photo into your heart space, head held high, knowing that you've got this. And when you're ready, coming back to the room, opening your eyes to a whole new you. Woo. Okay, no more tired, sleepy energy now. Any feedback? Anyone want to comment how ridiculously fun feel? Feeling more alive? Feeling ridiculous?
I'm like
Yeah, I
buzzing.
What was that, Lilo?
I needed that.
Flicking and changing state, getting ready to coach. It's good. What were you going to say, Rachel?
I said I'm like buzzing. Ooh,
What
like
color
it's
was
a shot
your
of something.
What color was your circle?
Mine is like golden, like yellow, golden.
Nice.
Mm.
Going for the real high vibe colors. Sorry, I'm fidgeting with getting it sitting now. Cool. Anyone else feel the tingle, feel the buzz?
Yep. And as I was doing the last thing, my daughter's come up the stairs going, "What are you doing, Mum?" So anyway, we're all happy.
Yeah, can you see yourself using this, Sarah? It's
Oh,
ridiculous, isn't
yeah.
it?
Yes. Yeah. It was really good. I felt like I wanted to like shout though. I was like,
We could have done a whole drumming ceremony, a
yeah,
whole spiritual, yeah,
it
yeah.
definitely gets you up and about. Yeah. Oh, it's very well. Yeah, it's good.
And when I did this in person many years ago, the room happened to have really weird cylinder kind of lights. And so everyone sort of chose a spot on the floor where the light shone. And so, all right, stepping into the spotlight, now stepping out. So, yeah, fun.
Yeah, it is fun.
Yeah, cool. So that's one of the anchors you can play with. And of course, if if you've got to do training on your feet or you need to help a client get ready for a job interview or anything, obviously they're not going to do this in front of people, but maybe the morning of, that sort of thing. Just another thing in the toolkit. Cool. Okay, so I might go over the slides now on the belief change just to refresh your memory, and then I'll answer any questions and then put you into the breakout room. Ignore that slide. Just a little reminder there, the associated with the submodalities is looking through your own eyes. Clients aren't going to know, not many clients anyway, are going to know the difference between associated and disassociated. So just train yourself to ask, do you see yourself in the picture? If you do this process anyway. Okay. So tonight, what everyone needs to have in mind is a limiting belief that they definitely want to shift. As I mentioned last week, the more emotive, the more that it sort of gets a grip on you is going to work a lot stronger in getting that shift and getting that result. So the more that you can tap into that emotion, the better. This comes back to things like low self-worth, self-esteem, fear of being judged. Anyone want to throw some at me that sort of like anyone could do, the not enoughness? Nothing's coming to mind. All good?
I have a question on this.
Yeah, please.
Can it be like the one that I had isn't really about me, it's about like how I view the world. Does that still work?
Do you mind sharing what it is then, Lucy? Sorry.
Yeah. So mine's like the belief that I want to change is that I believe like money is scarce. So I want to shift into an abundant, like the desired belief will be like money's abundant.
That would be, if you're in an experimenting mood, if you want to play with it, definitely. And however, the money is scarce, what would be the benefit of shifting that belief for you?
Oh, I just feel like it does consume a lot of my decisions, money.
And so, okay, so let's play with this for a second, because let's imagine that you had a genie and it was like 3 wishes and you wish that you could fly. Some of the interpretation of that could be that you actually become a fly, like the buzzing fly. So you want to check in with what obviously you know what it means. I'm going to start again. So this particular process is really good for you and your emotions. This particular submodality one,
So
money
maybe
is
like a fear of not having enough or something. Like
yeah, that would be that would be much better. Yeah. Because then your unconscious mind, that's why I bring that fly piece in. Your unconscious mind can really work with the symbols and work with the emotions and work with the storing and coding that. Because if money is scarce, it's like, whose money? The neighbor's money? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's really helpful. Thanks, Claire.
Is there any other questions? This one? Trying to find my paperwork on it. It's right in front of me. Was that a hands up, Courtney, or no? That was just a pen stretching. So yeah, so this particular process is better if it is for yourself, something that you don't like about yourself. When I was going through my weird and wonderful chapter of trying to resolve things like my ADHD symptoms of wanting to interrupt, this particular process was fabulous at undoing some of that. While doctors, psychiatrists say you can't undo ADHD kind of limitations, like actually you freaking can. A few swear words there, because there's a limiting belief there about like an ADHD person wanting to interrupt. There's a limiting belief that no one will hear me or no one will give me enough time, and you use this and it undo it. So this could be if you've got clients who've got dyslexia, if you've got clients who are struggling with anxiety, depression, this particular process will go a long way with the way that it impacts their self-esteem. Any questions? No, I'll keep going. Sorry, I skipped a step. So the limitation, I'm not enough, and then a belief that's no longer true. So this neutralizes the limitation, and that way it can't fight or compete with the positive belief that you want. So we neutralize one, and then at the other end of the process, there's that desired belief that I am enough, that I am abundant, that I am confident, that I am, whatever you want to be. And you need to be able to come up with a universal belief that you know in every cell to be true. The sun will always rise. Some spiritual people say, no, it won't, but I won't go into that deep conversation. The sun will always rise, green lights and go, something of that nature. That's absolutely a strong yes. And what you're going to do then is to get that new belief about being confident, being enough, to be absolutely true. So it's not a fantasy out there. It's a thing that's part of your inner knowing. Now, let me quickly have a look at that one. So tips on choosing an empowered belief. Needs to be specific and focused. So again, that is like what Manny did. I am confident. So I'm confident in my podcasting, so on and so forth. It resonates with you as the client, not the coach. Your, like Lucy's definition of abundance is going to be really different to my version of abundance. So if I was getting coached and I used the word security, like I want financial security, then I would expect the coach to use security. And if you're Lucy's coach and Lucy's word's abundance, then use abundance. Don't use their word. Obviously, just check in. Is it ecological? Which means, does it help them? Does it help their family? Does it help the planet? Compared to some weird, sinister kind of beliefs. And it needs to be potent enough. Then that's why it was fantastic Lucy spoke up, because is there enough personal why within it? It needs to really dial up the lust, the desire, the belief for what you do want. I'm going to skip that last bit and actually just talk you through it. So similar to like to dislike, we're doing one lot of the submodalities, the limiting belief, the no longer true, break state, think of popcorn, and then we do it all over again. So we're neutralizing one event, one belief, and we're building the other. Now, when you become more experienced at this particular process, the black and white one in your manual is so much easier to read and just do the submodality belief change. You can look at it at a glance and you can just go, yeah, color, black and white, near or far, like you'll see it, and it's really easy. But of course, you've all got your training wheels on with this particular process, and the other script of mine has my cheeky prompts so that you look like you're a professional, like you've been doing this for years. Get in rapport. Now, thinking of the limiting belief, I'm not enough. Then I've got examples there. Not smart enough, a failure, never have what I want. That one is brilliant. Never have what I want. That's brilliant, that one. I'm too old. I have to work hard to make money. This one you can do if you want to experiment. As I put on Facebook, I'm not trying to be sexist, but I've done this so many years. I can tell you now that if you work on a woman's limiting beliefs about money without building up her confidence, her self-esteem first, somehow they always manage to undo the money stuff. I will never do money work on the very first session, never, 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 with a woman. With a man, the testosterone, 100%, I will work on money, be the provider. That seems to be part of their DNA. And then once they've got that in check, then it's like, okay, now I'm willing and ready to do the emotional work. So if you want to experiment with that one, you can, but it is an experiment compared to a lasting one that will be like, I can never have what I want.
Sorry, can I just why do you say that about the money thing?
What do you mean? Which bit?
Why you would do it with men in the first session, but you wouldn't.
Yeah, so from my experience with working with men and my style of coaching, which is pretty potent right up front, if anyone's had coaching with me, you'll know I go right in deep. I had a particular male client, and he was all about wanting the blonde Barbie doll. And yet he knew that that was quite shallow, and his mates would tease him for it. And I was like, John, that wasn't his name, stop manifesting in these mousy looking women, taking them to the gym, blah, 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 and then turning them into that. Go and get exactly what you want. And men tend to be driven by being the provider, by wanting what they want. That is a really strong value in men and the culture, their DNA, their testosterone, the way that their energy, their minds work, pushing. So what I found from coaching men is that they need that attention first, the permission to have what they want, the being the provider. But when, for some reason, when you work with I work with empaths, I work with spiritual people, I work with people who have had chaotic childhoods. They have a lot of training. My clients have a lot of training in putting themselves second. What do you want? What do you need? How can I help you? How can I adjust to keep the peace? And so when you actually get that woman to manifest in money, for some reason, they always undo it. If you don't put in the other beliefs in first to be able to hold onto it. So they'll, like winning the lotto, if they don't have the belief to support the change, they'll lose it very quickly. That's just from my clientele. I'm sure Karen could go in different corporate mindset would be very different, but my clientele, spiritual people, all about giving, serving, helping. So you actually have to teach them to receive first. Is that right, Karen?
Yeah, it's also the same on salaries. So
Same in what, sorry?
when women negotiate salaries and how men negotiate salaries in the workplace. So women actually want the job first and think they then can prove themselves to get the money, whereas men want the money up front and then will prove. And it's often, statistically, it just shows that's the way they negotiate.
Yeah. Fascinating. We should write a book on that, Karen.
So,
Yeah.
Claire, could I just ask then, because I was going to do, I'm not worthy of receiving money, or I don't deserve financial abundance. So would you suggest not to do that then?
No, I would say in training, if you want to play an experiment, play an experiment. If you were coming to me for lasting permanent change and that's what you were paying for, then I would be doing it differently. But in the training, if you want to experiment and play, and the intention is to play, not to get the lasting paid change, then yeah, play with it.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah. Any other questions on money beliefs? They're a lot of fun to play with when you're ready with that.
It was actually really interesting because I had a money one, but then when you said I never have what I want, that just makes it, I'm like, that seems so much better because it's like, yeah, it's not, maybe not the money, because then it's like things don't always come through money. It's like the things I want to buy with money. So
Yep. The amount of clients that have like either won cars or done all the different, like, Claire, I want that holiday, I want that car. Like, cool, let's go, like the Barbie thing that I was talking about. Then go for that.
because I want the
Go for
money to buy what I want. So it's like go for what I want.
Exactly. Yeah. See, that's what I'm talking about. Like, it's really quick, clever, switched on stuff to get that lasting change. All right, we're moving on. So then getting a picture, start again. You're in rapport, you know the limiting belief on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being totally true. How much, Lily, do you believe that you can't get what you want? And trusting the first thing that comes to mind. And the coach writes that down.
Do you want me to say it? No.
No, it's all good. I was just playing.
Yes.
And so then when you think about not getting what you want, what is the picture? Now, some trainers will say, do you have a picture? That's going to make the process that much harder because you're presupposing there's an option that there's no picture. No. What is the picture? So when you think about not getting what you want, what is the picture? Get them to describe it to you. Get these visual submodalities because they are usually the strong drivers. So listing them all out, black and white, near or far, bright or dim, doing all of that. The auditory is not as strong. So are there any sounds that are important to I don't get what I want? Now, Lily, I'm getting a whole thing with Santa Claus. Anyway, I won't project, but like, is that what's happening at your end?
Oh my God, I can't believe my son has been asking me flat out if Santa Claus is real recently. Yep, you're spot on. It has been the biggest talk in my family in the last week.
Well, of
Okay.
course, Santa's real, but is it true that he comes to our house? That's a different debate. But anyway.
Well, I'm just saying, if you don't believe, you don't receive.
Oh, that's funny. So if they've got auditory on they can't get what they want, then write those. If not, scratch it off. I think if we remember, Manny had one section there, he had no sounds. Kinesthetic, where do you feel it in the body? And going through those submodalities. Oh, mine's different to my, yeah, okay. What do you say to yourself when you think of not getting what you want? And then breaking state. What's the alphabet backwards? What's for dinner? And then you do it all over again for the belief that's not true. Don't have an epileptic fit. I'll just quickly flick past that one. So Nicole, this is where you were asking before. So we've now got two lists, like the like to dislike, the limiting belief, can't get what I want, the no longer true belief, I'm no longer 5 years old. Now you ask the client to think about the old belief, I can't get what I want, and then you simply read out column number 2 that has everything to neutralize so it's no longer true. So thinking, and then when we get to, I think I've skipped a slide. There we go. So hold on to the picture, hold on to the picture of the not enough, can't get what I want, money's hard to get, and then get the coach lists out the second aisle column that's no longer true. And so now when you think about you can't get what you want on a scale of 1 to 10, what's the number? And then you literally do the exact same thing for the desired belief. Now, as we said last week, the client is saying that they don't have confidence. The client is saying that they don't believe money is easy to come by. So you want them to either think of a time, a moment in time, like that confidence, making a cup of coffee, I can do this. That moment in time, payday comes, you look at your bank and it's like, there's money there. Or like what we did with the circle of excellence, notice that future version of you on that time stream, got life exactly how you want it, got that picture, great, let's go. So you've now got the desired belief. Sorry, going to go through all the submodalities. Break state, now into the true belief. Green lights mean go. And then you do the exact same, going through the visual, the auditory, kinesthetic. Oops, I'm looking for this one. And that's where, again, holding on to the picture of future you being amazing. And now get the coach reads out the other column of the absolute true belief. And then, of course, you calibrate at the end. What do you believe about yourself now? What are you now capable of with this new belief? What's one small step you can take? Remember when we did that with Manny? It was like, no, not just do it. What's one small step? Check the lighting, blah, blah, blah. Can you do editing? And we will stop there. Any questions?
Claire, could you just run through the desired belief part again? And what was the example that we used with Manny?
Confidence. Manny, what did we use for you being confident buying or grabbing hold of the property that you work in? Yeah?
Yeah. So it was me when I opened my clinic,
That's right.
small business. Yeah.
So sorry, Claire, when you were doing the belief change with Manny, you were asking him to think of a time when he did feel confident, or it was more in that belief in that future version of yourself?
Oh yeah, so if I remember correctly, even Lucy asked a brilliant question on this one. So Elise, we all know each other quite well now. Think about the person in front of you. Have you noticed from their questions, are they somebody who gives themselves permission to really invest in the future? Or are they more on the shy side? And like, can you find a pocket of time where they've had a glimmer of what they want? It's usually a personality thing more than there's no real rule. And again, we're experimenting tonight, so you can even ask your fellow students which way they want to play with it.
Cool, thank you.
That's all right. Any other questions? All right. Has everybody got a belief or need to talk about it, or we're all good? Because I know that we're talking about vulnerabilities tonight. We want to be respectful of confidentiality.
I do. So
Yep.
mine would be I fear putting myself out there
Yeah, good.
because I don't feel good enough. So which one is it?
You're putting yourself out there with what?
Um, just with being me. Or
No. I'm sure that if we went shopping, going off for coffee, you would be you excellently.
with people I know, but not so much. Yeah, maybe it's confidence. I don't know.
Yeah, no, keep playing with me. So if you were going to put yourself
I
out
think
there,
it's probably judgment if how do I explain it? Maybe like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
does any other coaches want to give Ray any input there?
Mm.
Maybe
because I'm
like
struggling with the same thing, right? Trying to nut out mine and trying to figure out what the root of it actually is.
Yeah, that's
Right, I understand, but I have no advice.
What were you going to say, Elise?
I was just going to say, it sounds like there's obviously two parts to your limiting belief. Like, which one resonates more strongly? Like, which one do you feel connects with more?
like, you know, what I might feel is right, you might not think the same way.
So yeah, fear of judgment.
Yeah, it's probably more fear of judgment, actually.
Is it fear of judgment or fear of confrontation?
Yeah, confrontation. Yeah, I do avoid confrontation. Yes.
Just
Oh,
thinking of your
this is getting a bit deep now, isn't it?
thinking of your mother-in-law, but yeah. So if we set the intention, because everybody in this space is moving towards their own business, being out there. I know you did NLP for the family side of things, Ray, but I know your mediumship is a big drive for you, that self-development. If you're going to go out there, then I would say I would be looking at like the not enough to be out there, fear of being out there, fear of getting it wrong.
Yeah.
And focus on the mediumship.
Yep. I agree. Thank you.
So a big part of mediumship is like the fear of getting it wrong.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
So resolve that and then just be, there's no children in the room, like just be as cocky as you want to be with your mediumship. Like, no, I know I've got one. I know I've got it right.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I like that. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Rachel, do you need help? That's probably not a nice way of putting it.
Yeah. Yes, please.
So what were the ones you were playing with?
Mine are similar to the like putting yourself out there, just thinking about like posting on social media and sharing stuff. And something I say to myself a lot is that I'm not photogenic. So therefore that fear of like taking photos of myself and like being a face of like my business is like, oh, yeah, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, that would be, that makes me feel sick. I say go work on that one.
Yeah.
Pretty heavy.
I think that's one.
So is that I don't want to be seen or I don't want to be judged for how I look, or where is that going?
That's what I was trying to work out, like fear of being seen, maybe. I don't know.
How is being seen a problem?
I don't know. I don't know. Nothing's coming up.
Your body language said there was. You went all shy and coy. You pulled your energy in. Don't look at me.
I can't articulate what it was that came up.
So if you think about the idea of going on social media, have you got any trouble putting up quotes that don't have your photo?
No.
No problem?
Well, actually, yeah, a bit.
So is that something there to do with sharing your opinion, sharing your voice, sharing yourself? Yeah. Is there any coaches there that want to share with how you would articulate that one?
I think it's fear of speaking my truth.
Okay. Yep. So then the limiting belief is what? I keep myself small, I don't speak up, I suppress my truth. What, in your words, not mine?
Yeah, I keep myself small.
Yes, you do. That's the one I would work on.
Thank you.
No, that's all right. I mean, you've got complete permission to play, do what you want, but that's the one that seems to be the strongest. Because can you imagine if you've got a belief about keeping yourself small, out of the way, quite humble, shy, all of those things, then it makes it really quite difficult to speak your truth, to receive the money, to ask for the promotion, to ask for the coaching clients, all of that stuff. So this is where the first piece on the fear of judgment, being small, plays such a massive role in what's to come with the materialistic rewards.
Mm, mm. Yeah, no, that's a good route.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So, say if you have a limiting belief and you already know where it's coming from, does that matter? Or like,
Yeah, so that's where timeline, that's the one I was talking to Karen about last week. So timeline, if you have an idea of where that comes from, timeline, hold that one for that experience, Manny.
okay.
So this is submodality belief change. So this is changing how you code it in your mind, in your holographic reality. This is changing how you program your belief. Timeline is coming up, and timeline is going back to the root cause, the moment that you made that decision. I'm small, I'm not enough, can't have what I want, and doing work at the unconscious level to shift the meaning that you put to that experience, and then it creates a ripple effect throughout all time streams. So Manny, you and your love for the silver method, you're going to really enjoy that timeline process.
Thank you.
Yep. Cool. Any other questions, or anyone want to keep procrastinating before they have to be the coach?
No, but I'm really busting. I'm just going to quickly go to the toilet.
All right. All right. We'll surprise you with who we pair you up with. I'm in a mischievous mood today. Courtney, may I ask who are you yet to work with?
I have worked with Nicole and Erin.
So you're yet to work with everybody?
Mm-hmm.
So you haven't worked with Sarah yet?
No.
Lily, are you yet to work with anyone?
Oh, I can't know who have I worked with. I've worked with Lucy and Elise. Is that right? Yeah. No. No. I
Are
haven't
you yet to
worked with
work
them.
with Erin?
And Lilo. I've worked with Lilo too. No, I haven't worked with Erin.
Done? And then work up thingy me bob. Lucy, who are you yet to work with?
I've worked with Lily, Sarah, and then Nicole and I did some outside of hours work together.
So you haven't worked with Karen yet?
No.
Watch this powerhouse. All right, room 5, place to be. I'll just quickly check so I haven't doubled up. Lilo, have you worked with Elise or Rachel?
I think I worked with both of them. Have I? Please confirm. Not Rachel, sorry. Yes, Elise, I have.
Okay, where did Elise go? Hold on 1 second. Oh, name's just disappeared. Options. Sorry.
We've got an uneven number tonight.
Yeah, and Nicole is jet lagged, and Manny has worked before, so this is working for us to have a group of 3. Except the weirdest thing has just happened that the breakout rooms I've just lost Elise and Rachel completely. Let me do this again. Anyone need to go to the loo? Now is the time while I deal with technical fun stuff. Courtney, Sarah, Erin, Lily. Karen, Lucy. Lilo, did you say Rachel? That you have yet to work with Rachel? No, you have. Can't remember.
No, I haven't worked with Rachel yet.
Cool. Okay, hold on one second. Recreate. Yes, recreate. Okay, now I've got. Okay, sorry, Courtney, Sarah. Yep. Erin. This is annoying how it deleted it. Lily. Lucy, Karen. Another powerhouse, Lilo, Rachel. That's interesting. You guys have very similar beliefs that you're working on. That'll be fun. Okay. Oh no, we've got even numbers because we've got Ray, Elise. Elise, are you yet to work with Manny or Nicole?
No, neither.
Either. And Ray, have you worked with Manny or Nicole? Okay, so this is working well. Okay. Okay, so I'm hoping that everyone will be back around 8-ish. But I'm going to keep an eye on the group and how quickly everyone works. So we may end up doing 8-10-ish, but aim for about 20-ish minutes each. If you go over, so be it. But then we're going to go into a break. And then when we come back, I'm going to go into another piece of anchoring. So 20, 25-ish minutes each. But if you, yeah. Okay, those should be open now.
Happened to me last time.
I made the whole slide just for you, but yeah.
So hard that, yeah, same.
Yes, it took me about a year to get familiar with that until I made the visual picture and I went, right, I've got it now. So it's disassociated is what traumatized people will do. They will disassociate. They will leave their body. They don't want to be in the body to experience the trauma. So it is a commonly used word in counseling and coaching, and it is a strategy to help people to remove themselves from something that's intense. So it is definitely something to anchor and get to know what the word is. Anytime you're working with clients and you're working towards big goals, you want them to be associated. You want them to feel all the things. So it's not just this process that you use the associated and disassociated.
Mm.
Yeah. Any other quick questions? Yeah. Gosh, that was so elegant, Lilo. Like, I don't know how you did the lighting like that. It just went, whoa, like...
It wasn't on purpose, but I'm glad it looked elegant.
Oh, it's gorgeous. Do you have any questions, Lilo?
No questions, but I was kind of I learned something about, because we were trying to do the associated and dissociated. And that
what
was
we were just
hard.
talking about. Yeah.
Oh, funny. So
Yeah.
I realized that because in the desired belief, she was associated, but then, Rachel was associated, but then in the true belief, she was dissociated. So I kind of tried to dissociate her, but then I realized that I didn't paint the picture for her and bring that. Maybe I could have brought that image back in instead of just kind of, Rachel said she kind of like took a little bit to dissociate and then watch herself.
Yeah.
And it was the other way around.
trippy.
It was the other way around of like I was seeing myself in the picture but then I had to like go in and look through my own eyes instead. like I had to get associated. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
So it was hard because I was like looking at a photo of myself, but then I had to like be in that photo. But yeah, it just took me a minute.
Yeah, and as the coach, are we meant to, do we help that process? Like, I think I just said, and now you're associated, or now you're, sorry, and now you're dissociated, instead of like, I guess, prompting or helping the image.
Yeah. Yeah, that's where it's taken me a long time to rewrite a lot of the scripts. It's like the day-to-day person doesn't know what associated, disassociated means. Like what?
Yeah.
And I still can't get my head around the tone, tempo, and pitch. Like,
yeah, tone.
just noise.
You just say whatever. You're just like, it's dull. It's loud. Like, that's not a tone, but whatever.
Yeah.
In a nutshell, Lilo, what we were talking about was the disassociated is something that a lot of counselors, coaches will use if they're working on a traumatic event. So you deliberately take somebody out of the body so they're not experiencing all the things. And if you're working towards a goal that's quite exciting, you know, see receiving your $1 million, like be in your body, have the full sensory experience of it. So you do use those interchangeably. I'm looking down as my dog's snoring. I don't know if you can hear. Richie, thank you. Stop. I'll kick him out in a bit. But yeah, it's help your client out if play, make it easier for them.
That makes sense. Thank you.
Hey, anyone got any other questions? I'm going to switch gears for a second and just check. I'll just quickly put it up. This particular video I put on Facebook, the one that's on collapsing anchors, I'd rather you were just 100% honest with me. Who's watched that one? No. Look at your eyebrows. Lily's, look at that. See how that camera came on for Lily? That was like, whoa, that's nice. Look at you, Erin, like a sign for approval. Like, no, I didn't. This particular video goes into the collapsing anchors. So I'm really mindful of time. If you have any questions on the submodality belief change, I'm happy to answer them. I just know Lucy, when she gets here, she'll have a lot more questions. So do you mind if we leapfrog a little bit? What we're about to move into is, I know we're just filling up the night a lot tonight. We're going back to anchors. I want to do the cover off the collapsing anchors at least tonight. That way it's more of a group activity. You can let yourself integrate the belief change that just happened. But I want to play the video for you. I'm going to skip a little bit. We all remember anchors. That was a fun night. Yep. Sharing sound. Okay. So this is David Shepherd, an NLP trainer, and what he's going to demonstrate now is shifting somebody's limitation, her dislike about reading. I'm going to have to take the dogs out. About changing the dislike in reading books to quite enthusiastic about reading books. Remember when we did anchoring, we were touching the knuckle. I want to show you how casual David Shepherd is in his approach with this. And that she's in a good mood, he is anchoring and he's helping her build up the likability when it comes to her reading books. I know for myself, and absolutely dreading and hating the whole chapter in high school, year 12, reading. I wish somebody had done this a lot earlier. Any quick questions before I start to press play? No, you're all on mute. All right. Tell me if you can hear it. Thank you, Rachel.
Yeah, okay. That's good. So we know the present state, yeah?
I like it.
Good. So we're going to do some anchoring here. So is it okay if I yeah?
I'll pull it for a bit.
Oh, that's good. Excellent. Very true. That's good. Excellent. So what we're going to do is the states we're going to anchor are the states on the bottom of page 47. Because that'd be pretty good, wouldn't it? I mean, if you were
It'd be excellent.
totally powerful, totally loved, a time when you really felt you could have whatever you wanted, a time when you could have it all. A time where you were totally energized and had a ton of energy, a time when you fell down laughing, and a time when you felt totally confident. All those kind of like feelings every time you picked a book and opened it.
Wow.
Would that have you read more?
Yes.
Good. Okay. So, let's see. So can you remember a time in the past when you felt like totally powerful? A specific time? And go back to that time now and actually go into your body, see what you saw, hear what you heard, and feel the feelings of real powerfulness. Okay, and I want you to increase that feeling even more than that. Because you can do even more powerful than that. Okay. Good. Now I think I want to get another powerful, I think. Yeah, I want to get another powerful on that. So if you get a...
So he's going off script at the moment. Ignore all of that more videos crap. He's going off script right now, which you got full permission to do when you're working with a client. He's noticing that she's not quite getting there, so he's going to anchor more powerful, more powerful, more powerful. I will skip the video. We're not going to sit here for 12 minutes, but just noticing how casual he is, how easy it is to go off script. You can do all these, this full permission to play.
Could you see the shift there? And she actually went into the status and I said, can you remember a time in the past when you were totally powerful? You see that the start to come in? It did then increase once we did the script. Okay? Now, if you go like, actually, I would like more powerful than that, it's totally okay to have the person go back to another time when they felt powerful. Okay? And stack it up. So you can do more than one of each state if you need to. Okay? So can you remember another time in the past when you felt like totally powerful? Really powerful? Yeah. Okay, go back to that time, see what you saw, hear what you heard, and get the feelings of powerfulness. What I want you to do is to build up the feelings of powerfulness in your body so it gets even more powerful than that. Even more powerful than that. Double it. I know.
Skip.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
Okay, I think that's a fairly good anchor that we've got there. Yeah. So now what I want to do.
Ooh.
What do you think of being up here then? You like it? It's alright now.
Fantastic.
I always wanted to be able to make a living where I could sit in on a bar stool all day.
It's perfect, wasn't it? Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's breaking state. He's
But
asking for another backwards.
I've never seen Blackwood.
Oh, hello.
He's just anchored, laughed him into her shoulder. See that? He's just touched her.
Okie dokie then. So, now what we need to do is anchor the negative state. Okay? So, can you remember a time in the past? Oh yeah. We picked up a book.
Reading.
See what you saw, hear what you heard. You really get the feelings. Yeah. Excellent. Good. So back in the negative state once. Okay.
You do
Now
lots
what
of
we're going to do is fire them both
powerful,
off at the same
and then
time.
the miserable one you want to get rid of once.
When we see the integration complete, we'll release the negative one and hold the positive one for a further 5 seconds. Okay? So, full sensory acuity for the integration. You ready? Ready for this? Yeah? Okay.
Your fingers. Scrambling the neural pathways.
Ooh.
Am I happy? Am I sad? Can't get it.
Oh God.
You'll lift up the negative.
All right.
Okay.
Now he's going to test
That was
the
an interesting
anchor.
experience, wasn't it?
Yeah. I've had some in my life, yeah.
So did you see the integration? Yeah. Please say you saw the integration. If you didn't see the integration there. Yeah. Okay. So let's test it then.
I'm going to hand her the book.
Heart.
Yeah.
Heart.
Oh, yeah.
Then move your focus of attention to your heart area, to the middle of your chest, and have your voice
Originate.
Yeah, I know. Originate there.
Yeah.
How does it sound now?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
That's remarkable. I thought I'm an NLP addict. Like, isn't that just crazy how it was like, get that book away from me, and then it was like, actually, like, no problems. Yeah. Am I on mute? No? Good. So this is what we're about to do with collapsing anchors. It's noticing a time where there's a level of dread, procrastination, thank you, no thank you, and then we're going to anchor in the positive to come into a sense of motivation or excitement on something that you actually do need or want to do. Hey, Manny and Elise.
Hello.
Hello.
Elise, you're in Bali. Like, it's gone really dark. You're not going to be
Eaten alive by mosquitoes, probably.
We don't want you doing Bali gross germs, but all good. So Manny and Elise, we've just been talking about the next chapter, talking about collapsing anchors and getting ready for the next chapter, going straight into anchors. But before I do you have any questions about what just happened for you guys with the submodality belief change? No?
No, I feel like I had a question, but I can't remember it now. So maybe I'll put it in the group if I remember it.
I had a question.
Cool. You have a question, Manny?
Yeah. So, I don't know how to answer that. So it's regarding the associated and disassociated again.
Yeah, everyone else has asked that. Let's go again. Yeah.
So I was associated.
Sorry.
No, I'm confused where I was.
You were disassociated in the first one, Manny.
Yeah, so I was disassociated.
Yep. So you could see yourself in the picture.
Yes, I could see myself in the picture in the limiting belief. And then we went to no longer true. And when she asked me to reverse it, like to do associated, but still see myself in the picture, I got confused. Like I couldn't imagine that. Like, I mean, I could, but
Did you do like no longer 5 or something?
what did we do?
Are you in your childhood home?
Childhood home. And so you were still looking at yourself in the picture, is that what you're saying? Or you couldn't, or
Yeah, so sorry, because I was like in this trance mode, I can't think of anything.
I think it's probably better that we don't super duper analyze it and let it do its good work.
Yeah, but I just felt like I was trying to visualize myself, like I'm standing, I'm visualizing myself, and then I'm looking at the picture. And then
so you've double disassociated.
yeah, so there was like camera and the camera, like there are two cameras, like my eyes looking at something and then I'm focusing from behind.
Yeah, we're going to be experts at double disassociation when we get to the fast phobia model, Manny. So
I think I've just to write down my question before I ask it. I'm just so confused.
We're all confusion is a good thing. We want my sense is at this late hour is sort of like, that's interesting. If the question comes up, definitely put it on Facebook and we can explore it. But the way that this process works is the associated and disassociated may or may not be the driver that changes the belief. We cover all the bases. So a lot of the time, the driver to change a belief is more about where do I feel it in the body? Is it bright or, is it color or black and white?
Yeah.
So if I'm changing a belief, if I'm changing a belief, like feeling like I'm being put in a push-pull dynamic or something, okay, blink it black and white, pull it out of the body, do all sorts of other things. So I wouldn't be too fussed about that one.
Yeah, it's just for that moment when she asked me to do that, I started thinking, how do I do that? And like I was struggling to visualize, but yeah, I sort of let it go, like and
Yeah,
just followed her voice. Yeah.
yeah, go with the flow. Yeah, something to experiment with, something, because it's like your quantum jumps and things. It's an unusual skill to teach yourself.
Yeah.
We've got Lily coming back. Karen and Lucy, do you have any questions?
No, no.
That's good. So while we were waiting for Manny, Elise, Karen, and Lucy, so what we've been doing is we've moved on to collapsing anchors. That's what I want to cover with you for this last little pocket of time. I know it feels like we're leapfrogging, just really mindful of the pace of what we've got to cover. So we've just watched this collapsing anchors video and having a bit of a giggle at David Shepherd facilitating this one. And I did put on the Facebook group, but what I really do want to do now is to show you how to collapse an anchor. So for the people who've just joined us, collapsing anchors is all about going from, it's exactly what it says, collapsing. We're taking a negative state that's really driving you. We're going something like procrastination, and we're shifting that to something that's more motivation. What we just saw in that video was David Shepherd just did a demo on a woman who resisted reading, hated books, don't want to know. What he's just done is he's gotten her in touch with the dread in picking up a book, and use sensory acuity. How is that a problem for you? Then he's and I'm going to go over the steps anyway, but then he's got her to think about really positive, powerful states, and he's used the process of anchoring to collapse the dread of reading, so that when she came away, it was effortless, it was easy. So that's what's in that demo. I know that I'm moving quite quickly into the next topic, but is there any questions on collapsing anchors before I go too much further?
Claire, I'm happy to post this in the group chat as well. I'm sure other people have like answers, but I've just been struggling to think of like examples of what to anchor into. Like, obviously there's the knuckle, but you can do it for like visual or like across all of the rep systems, right? But I can't think of like, so it could be a movement, an object, a sound. Is that right?
Yeah, any of the five senses,
Yeah.
you can utilize as an anchor. Absolutely. Yeah.
So like for like my boyfriend studying, we could anchor something into his laptop. So when he opens his laptop, something like that would work.
Cool. Yep, absolutely. Cool. You definitely do that. If you're somebody, see, I had to collapse that anchor. I used to have, it sounds weird, it's called electromagnetic hypersensitivity. I used to be allergic to electricity. I used to be allergic to Wi-Fi. I would come out in a rash. I would vomit. It was not pretty. And then with coaching and other modalities, we were able to completely resolve that, because I was in an absolute mess for a long time. And so the computers were still an anchor there, Rachel, for me, of like, oh, it's going to give me headaches. And we had to do this exact process to say, no, the laptop's friendly. It opens doors to the world. Like, we like the laptop. So yes, I know 100% that is a good process for that.
Yeah. Even like your alarm in the morning, like, oh, I have to go to work, to yay, I get to start my day.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. And using the anchors, sorry, I share. And so using the anchors in all, like, it's your choice, your free will, is it better, more empowering to be excited in the morning? Probably, unless you're a shift worker or something. Yeah. Cool.
Thanks.
Sorry, my internet just dropped out.
Right. And here you are, all in, Ray. Anchoring. So following Rachel's question here, a lot of people know about my history where me and my 4 daughters, we escaped domestic violence and all of the blah, blah, blah stories that go with it. Not going to go there too much. However, I do want to share with you how freaking powerful this particular collapsing anchors process is for me. There was a particular, when I did my NLP Masters, I had a beautiful friend, John, that is actually his name, John Rad, and he knew a lot about my triggers. He was a great coach in working with women who had been through similar stuff. He came to my home once and it was like, and he went to sit down on a couch. This was quite early on after the police had removed Robert. And he went to sit on that couch, like, no, don't sit on that couch. That's where he used to sit and watch and like, no one sits on that. I'm going to burn that couch. And John, in his wisdom with collapsing anchors and the rapport, he went and sat in the couch. He's like, how's this, Claire? And he sat there, sitting there, arm up, and I'm going through this whole spasmic, like, and then he was like, okay, now breathe. And then it was like, oh. And he knew NLP enough to be able to collapse that anchor so that that 3D material thing was no longer charged with Robert. I've since burnt that because I promised myself I would, but I got my freedom back in my lounge room because of collapsing anchors, because somebody knew what they were doing. So it's a very, very powerful skill, like we've just seen with David Shepherd, you can use for helping your children with reading and their negative anchor, bettering your life, to getting done the social media. I don't know if social media and bettering your life go hand in hand, but I really do believe in the anchors side of things. Any questions so far? So it's late at night and I'll just take you through this group process together, and it's completely up to you if you pair up and want to play. So tonight, and don't worry, the slides are there, but we're going to get in touch with a resourceful state, something that you want to get excited about. And then there's one that we're going to collapse. Lots of shifting of beliefs and states tonight. Don't know why that slide has gone pink, but first, obviously, you need to get in rapport with your client to collapse an anchor. Needs permission. Which knuckle would you like to use? Remember from stacking anchors? Oh, yeah, stacking anchors. If you're in person, permission. Is it okay for me to touch you on the hand, earlobe, whatever you want to work on? Online. As we go through this process and when the time is right, I'm just going to ask you to touch your knuckle. Is that okay? Once all of that's set up, this is about determining the positive resourceful state and also the negative one that you want to collapse. Here's some suggestions. So coming up. So totally positive, can you remember a time when you felt totally powerful? And we all know that script, that transvaridational script, head held high, shoulders back, stepping into your body to see what you saw, hear what you heard when you felt absolutely powerful, and build up those feelings even more, breathe it in, double it in, and then notice what you say to yourself. There's my picture for powerful. Then we do it again. We get another anchor. This one I've got as totally loved. And it's the same. Can you think of a time when you felt totally loved? And step into your body to see what you saw, hear what you heard, and say the things that you said to yourself. And again, the coach will build that up, and then take your finger off the knuckle. That's Morris and Daisy when they were puppies. That's my totally loved. They're on the floor right now, driving me nuts. Another one, we need another positive here. Think of a time when you felt like you were totally energized, that spiritual orgasmic sugar high. Step into your body, see what you saw, And we're anchoring it again. We're up to 3. That's my picture for being completely expanded. 3, 4, I've lost track this late hour. So that's all now been anchored into one particular knuckle. And if we touch that knuckle, you'll get that full experience coming back. But because we want to collapse the limiting anchor, it's a little bit like, when what is that phrase that we say to a child, like one negative, you need 20 good comments to override one negative one. And it's much the same as we've done a lot of good positive. And with this particular one tonight, can you remember a time when you felt flat, bored, and uninterested? And so this is where, again, step into your body, see what you saw, hear what you heard on a different knuckle, completely different knuckle. Let yourself feel into the nothingness, the boredom, the uninterest. There's my picture. And so those 2 anchors have now been created. This is when the piano fingers come out. And like what we saw with David Shepherd, is then whether it's online or in person, you hold both at the same time. And we saw from that video that woman sort of like, oh, am I coming or going? Settling into the body, holding it for about 15 odd seconds. And then what you want to do with piano fingers is to now lift off the negative and still hold on to the positive. Holding on, holding on, holding on. And so this has now scrambled the negative anchor. Well, there's my picture saying holding A. Break state. Can you smell popcorn? And then we just test it. Now we just test literally the good knuckle. Now the next time that you think of having to do paperwork, opening the laptop, having to read, how do you feel holding on to that positive after you've touched it? And then check in with them. How's their response? A quick one here with the collapsing anchors. Remember like day 2 when we came together, we did expanded awareness. This was staring at a spot on the wall and noticing your fingers, fairy fingers. Your brain can't hold on to the negative when you do the expanded awareness. So this is very, very, very similar experiences. Be like, oh, that thing that was previously negative isn't there now. So it's the same sort of feeling. Again, if you're feeling tense in a restaurant by a lot of noise, expanded awareness, or when you get home, you can collapse the anchors. So what I'm going to do is take everybody through the process. It's very, 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 very similar to the first time we did it with stacking anchors. Any questions, or we just all give it a go?
So Claire, when they then go to do the thing that previously elicited the negative feelings, do they have to like activate the anchor point to have the positive ones, or is that?
No, it should be neutral. You may need to build up the anchor and do it again. Maybe, reading English versus doing maths, like English versus science. You may need to like laptop versus phone. You may want to do it again for specifics, but no, once it's in, it should be a ripple effect.
Yeah.
Yep. Cool. I know what it feels like being a coach, a client, and we're still working, but we'll get through this last little piece. Okay, any questions then? All right, we'll wait for Lily. I'm going to put the slides back up. It is in the manual. I think we are in rapport. Now checking in with everybody, we're all happy to use the same pointer finger, middle finger for anchors. We're not, so as we go through this process and the time is right, I'm going to ask you to touch the pointer knuckle for the positive and the middle finger for the negative. what we're going to do is the ones that are on the slide, if we were pairing up, then you would come up with your own. But so determining the positive state, everybody's happy with the powerful, loved, spiritual, expansive, and to collapse that bored energy. Is that okay? Yep, give it a go. We'll play. Alrighty, so shoulders back, head held high. We know about state, so you know what I'm doing already before we've even begun. And what I want you to do is to get in touch with that sensation when you were totally powerful. Thinking about a time when you just took charge. Now, I don't know if you're behind the wheel or you just felt amazing at work or amazing on a run, whatever's right for you. But I want you to step into your body, that moment that you felt powerful, just completely associating into that body to see what you saw, hear what you heard, and say the things that you said to yourself when you were totally, totally powerful. As you touch that pointer finger knuckle and build up that feelings even more, that sense of power, the knowing, it's like, yep, get out of my way. I'm making this happen. Double it in, breathing it in as you're holding onto that knuckle, noticing what you're saying to yourself, and then lift your finger and cleansing breath. And now what I invite you to do is I want you to think of a time when you felt totally loved. This can be your pet, grandparents, child, husband, lover. Think of a time when you felt totally loved. And as you're there in that yummy, yummy feeling, I want you to step into your body to see what you saw, hear what you heard, and say the things that you said to yourself as you touch that pointer finger knuckle, and just letting that love, that powerful love, that adored feeling just completely ripple out throughout all of your cells, from the top of your head down the tips of your toes, as you're holding onto that knuckle, breathing in that loved, yummy feeling, and then letting that knuckle go. Ooh. Again, cleansing breath. Now, the fun begins. I want you to think of another time where you felt just completely energized, that connection to spirit or your energy just going completely expansive. It was just this ultimate connection to self, your spiritual self, your higher self, the channeling in of the energy and just touching that knuckle, that pointer finger as you step into your body to see what you saw, hear what you heard, and say the things that you said to yourself when you were completely in that connected feeling to self, holding onto that knuckle. And it's like, yes, dialing up more and more of those amazing connected feelings, holding onto that knuckle, dialing it up, and then taking your finger off that knuckle, cleansing breath. And now I want you to think about what's for breakfast tomorrow. Eggs on toast, porridge, cornflakes, something fancier. Okay. And now what I want you to do is I want you to get prepared, because what we're going to do is we're going to collapse that sense of being flat. And while it's bedtime, you know the difference when your energy is drained, flat, can't be bothered, versus tired, going to sleep. So what I want you to do is I want you to get in touch with a moment when you felt it's just completely flat, drained, just like desperate for your brain to switch on and nothing is happening. You're like, oh, this day is so demanding. I feel so flat. And you know exactly that moment. Now stepping into your body, seeing what you saw, hear what you heard, and touching that middle finger knuckle when you say to the things that you said to yourself, touching that knuckle about being flat, brain foggy, kind of tired, holding that knuckle, just allowing yourself to feel that nothingness as energy drops, completely flat, uninterested, and then letting go of that knuckle, and cleansing breath. Doing really, really, really well. Now, this is where I want you to get a bit fancy with me. I want you to take 2 fingers and hold them above your knuckles. And when I count back from 5 down to 1, you're going to put fingers on both knuckles at the same time. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, touching both knuckles, holding both knuckles, just allowing the neural pathways to do exactly what they want to do as they start to scramble the access you have to that flat, drained feeling. Lifting up the pointer finger, lifting up the middle finger, lifting up the middle, holding on to the pointer is what I meant to say. Holding on to the pointer, noticing the sense of warmth, the tingles, the nothingness, the subtle energy, whatever's right for you. As we get back into that resourceful, powerful, loving kind of energy. And now lifting up the pointer finger. And now thinking of your postcode backwards, phone number backwards, how you spell your name backwards. And now what I want you to do is I just invite you to touch onto that pointer knuckle. And notice how the body responds as you allow those feel-good feelings to come back to the surface. And letting that go, I just want you to think about a time in the future where you may have had that old experience of being flat. And notice how your body shows up differently. Does anyone feel that sense of different sensory experience? Lily's nodding. Works for some people. Some people it's like it's too late. Claire, I have no idea. Lily, what did you notice?
Oh, when you were talking about that spiritual excitement sort of thing, I got like real chills, and then I got like all this tingles, and then when we did both the anchors, I was getting a mix of like everything feeling flat, but trying to, and then once we took that anchor off, and it was just a positive, I was just like, yeah.
That's good for 9 o'clock at night.
Now I'm like ready to go, but I was ready for bed before.
Yay. So anchors definitely works. Anchors definitely works for you, Lily. Like this is something to keep in mind at how easy it is for you to set an anchor for the shoes and you get it. And then this particular process, yeah, if you're ever working with a coach in this group and it's like, okay, practice anchors with me, set my whole life up to be, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Who wants to practice?
Because yeah, some people respond really, really well to anchors, and then other people respond really, really well to like the submodality belief change or parts. We tend to have our favorites, like we have our own favorite type of chocolate or whatever. So yeah, different flavors. Anyone else want to share their experience? No, getting tired. Any questions at all? Whether it's belief change or anchors? No, you're all looking away. Alrighty. So
I can do anchors, can't I?
Say that again, Lily.
Sorry, I can do my own anchors like into whatever I want, wherever I want.
Yep. Yeah. Once you know what you're doing with it, 100%, absolutely. And it's the self-awareness of how your body responds. For me, back in the day, dropping kids off to school, like, oh, I hate this, and like, wait a minute, this is not helpful. And then changing the anchor.
Can I share, Claire? I did it when I was away because there were a couple of days that I was really worried about the drive that I was doing, trying to navigate the mountains and how thin the roads were. And one of them came in handy because I ended up on the path that the cyclists were on. And I shouldn't have been on there as a car, but I just had to keep pressing it to go, it's going to be okay. Car's not going to come the other way. And if it does, there's going to be enough space. And there was one car and he was a Jeep and he went like halfway up the side to get around me. But I just kept doing this the whole time. So thank God we learned it before I went away.
I'm safe, I'm safe, I'm safe.
Yeah, totally.
That's fun. It's good to just to know instead of having the rescue remedy in your pocket, it's like, yep, okay, what tools have I got? No, that's fun. No driving with Nicole in France. Fun. Anyone else got any stories there? Next week we are going to, don't quote me because it's likely I'll change this, but I think we're going into strategies next week. I think. Strategies is really quite interesting. Similar to what we've had tonight when we've looked at belief change. I was like, well, is it a fear of confrontation or is it a fear of, and getting really specific on identifying what is the problem. So instead of working on all the things, strategy elicitation means that you narrow it down and you make your sessions really, really, really powerful. So similar to last week when Karen was talking about disassociating, okay, like I'm not in the intensity of the event, strategies now says, okay, but where's the root cause? What were you doing? How did you actually, in the quantum, how did you actually create the problem? So yeah, strategies is a lot of fun. We're going back into I patterns with strategies. There's no more needing to print anything from here on, unless I should say, yeah, you shouldn't need to print anything unless you actually do some modality belief change in that very final night in December. But yeah, we're back to going to scripts that are on the screen, which is a good change. And then the following week after that, we will have a break. I think someone's going to America. Is that you, Courtney? I can't remember. So that's all happening, going off to America?
Yeah, I leave next Wednesday.
Oh, magic. Who else is going away? All of you travel people? Was that a hand up then, Ray?
I'm going to Byron.
Yeah, that
I'm
counts.
going too, Ray.
Are you?
Well, on Thursday though, so I might miss you.
No.
When are
I'm
you
I'm going on the 28th.
Ah,
Yeah, for
Be
5
perfect.
days. I can't wait.
so nice. I can give you all the tips.
That would be great because I've never
Looked
been.
into
So
an energy weaver, so I'll let you know if she's good.
yes. Thank you.
Cool.
I go
Anyone
away at
else?
the end of October,
Oh, yay. Where are you going, Karen?
Sweden.
Oh.
Well, Sweden and Switzerland, but mainly Sweden.
Is that like in your DNA lineage? Are you going back there, or is it just for fun, an adventure?
My family had an exchange student. He's my age, and I'm actually going for his mum's 80th birthday.
Yeah, I remember you now. Be sharing that with me. That'll be beautiful.
Yeah,
Yeah, so technically family.
it is. But they're like, we see each other every year. So, yeah, and have for over 30 years. So it's actually really lovely.
That is such a rich connection, isn't it? Like to have that so special.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, so I can't wait. So I'll be dialing in from Sweden for a couple of weeks.
The international NLP training. Woohoo.
How was your trip, Claire?
I'm going on the GAN.
When are you going?
Oh, I'm shocking with dates, like the 19th-ish, something, 18th, 19th. So yeah, we finished NLP, got a date, and yeah, heading off on the
end of the year.
No, only going for no, because I'm leaving kids home alone. I'm only going for like 10 days or something. Yeah, so I'll be back. So, yeah, it's a yeah. Anyway, if you want to hear my little bit of a joke, David is 20 years older than me, my husband, and he's always wanted to go on the GAN. I've always joked to him to say you have to have grey hair to go on the GAN because it tends to be retirees. and that's my wicked sense of humor. And we get a bit playful with that. So it's a bit of a secret. Don't tell him. But I've actually got the next time whenever we're meeting up next or the week after, I've asked the hairdresser to make me go grey. Hence why my hair is so short. And I'm really dialing up the fun and stirring him. So watch this space. If I'm like really uncomfortable with my hair right now, it's all intentional. So look at all of you. Like I should be anchoring.
That's
this,
true
right?
commitment. I love it.
I love it. I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm so excited.
Take my jokes all the way. So
Are you going to keep it that way after?
oh, if I love it, probably. Yeah, I'm actually really loving short hair. How easy it is to like. Yeah, yeah. So yeah. So watch this space if you see like. Otherwise, yeah. Anyway, I've got no comment there, but yeah, it's a whole chapter. So
Love it, Claire. Gee, wouldn't we like to be a fly on the wall when to see his face with the big reveal, Claire?
I should totally set up the camera, shouldn't
Oh,
I?
you
Like what she's doing.
got to do it.
Yeah, so I'd always joked with him, his friend Sue, she's got the grey hair, like take Sue, like you two will look like a lovely couple, but hairdressers in the room are cringing, right? Courtney, Lilo, like anyway. Thumbs up, thumbs down, Lilo?
No, I think you'll rock it. I think you'll rock it.
I need that. Thank you. So strategies. All right. Well, I will love you and leave you, and I'll see you next week for strategies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.